Afternoon, Pep. How are you after your back surgery? Are you fully fit now?
Thank you for asking. I'm getting better. 3 weeks after surgery, the doctor made a good job, and yeah, step by step, I think every week will be better.
Was it strange watching the last 2 games from afar rather than being on the touchline?
Yeah, but normally happen when you have a surgery. So yeah, but was okay. Juanma and his people and the player responded really well.
Kyle Walker has signed a new contract. Of the players that you've brought in your time here, how important has he been, and how important does he continue to be?
Really, really important. Like extend from Nathan and from Bernardo, and of course Rico's with the young players and the oldest one, Scotty Carson. All of them extend the contract was really, really important. And Kyle it is. It's an important figure for us, and he's a player like it's not the club. Even his mates demand he could not leave. So, and at the end he decided to stay, and with his wife Anna, with the family, and yeah, it's really, really important for us, really.
Mike? Just on Kyle, he's 33 now. Is he 3 years takes him to 36? But no doubt of his age or his ability.
His mind is there. He's here on the pitch, and loving football will not be a problem because have a genetic like kind of a few players I've seen like him in all the conditions, and genetic ones are unique. And as much he enjoys, he's stable in his life, it will not be a problem.
He also said he wants to be Manchester City captain this season with the vote. The vote hasn't taken place yet, or has it?
He said?
He says he wants to be captain, but they haven't.
He's already one of the captains, yeah, for sure. The votes will be taken the next days, and the players will decide which one represent as a first captain and the other ones.
And finally, from me, Phil Foden told us this week that he wants to try and be one of the best players in the Premier League. He says, I'm going to try and show people what I can do. And then you've also got Gareth Southgate, who during the international break questioned whether Phil can play in the middle, and says he doesn't often do that for the club. So I guess a double-edged question in what does he have to do to be one of the best in the Premier League, and what is his ability through the middle?
Well, first of all, we cannot be one of the best if your mentality said I don't want to be one of the best. So this is so important. When you have some target to climb, everything starts for I believe in that. And the second one, having a incredible relation with Gareth, any comment of me. So looks like I disagree with him, and I completely agree with him. So in the fact that when you play outside on the middle, it's a completely different role, but he knows, I know, that Phil can play in all positions up front, in the middle and outside, right, left, in the pockets. But as Gareth has said, in the pockets have another responsibility, especially without the ball. Sometimes have to be so smart to read what happens every moment. But the important is that Phil can play in the 5 position front without a problem, and this is a big advantage for him. But last day, I saw the game, the friendly game against Scotland. I start playing in the right, but move most of the time inside. So the players move right, left, move inside, more outside. So at the end, it's not a big issue. But of course, when you play high up the pitch, responsibility defensively is a little bit less, and Phil will grow up. We grow up with that because with the mentality, say I want to become one of the best, has the mentality to improve all the time. Is try to listen, and this is a big advantage for all of us.
Andy? Hi, Pep. Can you update on the fitness of John Stones and Jack Grealish, please?
Injured both. Yeah, they are not able for tomorrow.
Right. Are they still going to be out a little longer after tomorrow?
I don't know. I don't think for Red Star, but I don't know. We'll see step by step. But the knock, the injury from Jack is not muscular, but having incredible knock in his knee, and still his edema is there. And John is still a little better, but still have some disturbing in his muscles.
Yeah, and there was a report that Mateo Kovacic picked up a knock while he was away with Croatia as well. Can you
something also muscular, not big issue, but always will be out for tomorrow.
Alan? Just one more on Kyle Walker, Pep. How important has his attitude been? Because it wasn't too long ago where he was left out to the side. You said he couldn't play a specific role for the club. Champions League final as well. His response, how's it been from your perspective?
Listen, I'm with Kyle 7 years ago, 7 years together. We know each other without a doubt. And Kyle, when didn't play sometimes it's for tactical reason, never because it was a bad behavior or whatever. But of course, he's an important figure. Want to play all the time. That's why he was thinking to leave. But we talk. He talked a lot with his mates, with the club, and after he decides. So whatever playing or playing, Kyle since day one has been really, really important player for us. Our success belongs to him. Yes, or he has. For the amount of games, I was so really, really sad. Don't let him play in the final Champions League because for the way they play, I believe in that build-up for Manu. Maybe will help us, a little bit. But look how he responds since then. From every pre-season games and seasons, was committed with the team, and he made me realize how important he is and how he behaved on the pitch, but especially off. And I spoke with the mates, with a lot of players, and most of them tell me Kyle cannot leave. So it's really important in the locker room, and I think making a step forward. And when he does, it's having specific qualities you cannot find all around the world. So when he has to control the best wingers in the planet, so who can do better than him? And also I believe with the ball, he's getting better year by year, and after he's going to compete with Erling Haaland to score goals. So he scored against Scotland, so be careful, Erling.
And does he have a future outside of football? Did you see the video released by the club?
Yeah, it was really nice. Yeah. Even with that, our club is getting better in these social departments. It was really, really good. The guy who has the idea, chapeau, heads off. So it was really good.
And just one more from me. It's a very important period now that we're approaching the beginning of the Champions League on Tuesday, of course, with games following very quickly, one after the other. Does that impact upon your team selection ahead of West Ham on Saturday?
No. Well, first we have problems with the injuries. We have a lot with important players that normally will be selected. Most of the kids are start 11. We missed him for a long time. But it's what it is. And I think the season always, I believe, starts right now. When it started after the first international break, so the transfer window is over. The kids back to the school. The routine, the families is okay. Everybody knows exactly what during 10 months is going to happen. Our start right now, and it's good to start in the position that we have in the Premier League for the fact we make 4-4, winning the European Super Cup. But the real season, I would say, the season will start right now for a lot of competition. To start Champions League, Carabao Cup, and the Premier League. So that's why, go for it.
Hi, Pep. Just two quick questions on Mateus Nunes signing. First, what kind of qualities does he bring to your squad? And second, in which role in your current midfield?
Well, we can play. We can play in the holding midfielder. We can play in attacking midfielder. With time, could play the fullback with his physicality. I think have to improve in the first contact in the decisions of one touch. I think it's not precise enough. But the other quality to keep the ball, to dribble, especially to drive with the ball, like Kevin is incomparable in many, many things. But his energy going backwards, he's backwards. And Wolves play in the last games as a winger, so can play in multiple positions, alternative. Having special quality is so difficult to find. That is available to dribble the players and make 10, 50, 20 meters with the ball. And with the time, he will learn, to be more precise in the simple things, in the first touch, in the first pass. And with the way we're training and dynamic that we have, he will get it. He will get it. But I think he has the qualities. He has not the qualities that we can improve, but he has the qualities like a manager cannot improve. And this is so important for us.